Another episode of the Diz Twitter podcast, and I have a very special guest today, all the way from the West Coast. His name on Twitter, if you've seen him, is Disney Scoop Guy, but I see there it says Matt. So do I call you Matt? Do I call you Disney Scoop Guy? Do I call you Scoop? What do you want to go by?
Matt's cool.
We'll just go with Matt, just Matt. So Matt, you're on the West Coast. You're a California dude, the first West Coaster I've had on the show so far. So how's
awesome.
California right now, man?
I mean, great. Apparently, the rest of the country is struggling with the heat wave. It was cold this morning. It's pretty nice outside right now. It's like mid 80s, maybe. Yeah, it's been nice.
It is 7:13 right now. I just looked at my phone with the heat index outside. It's 108 at 7:30 almost. So it is hot. Dude, I love going to Disneyland, though, because every time I'm out there, there's like no humidity in the air. I mean, it's hot, like when you're in the sun, but it doesn't feel like East Coast where there's all this humidity and stuff. So I'm digging that California weather. And I saw you were at DCA earlier today, right?
Oh, yeah, rope drop this morning.
Yeah, and you got to do the new Soarin' Across America, because we've had it on the East Coast for a minute now, but you guys finally got it out there. So did you get to experience it?
Yeah, you know what's funny is I've actually been to the East Coast twice since it debuted there, and forgot to ride it both times. Like literally left. And I was like, oh my god, that was one thing I was supposed to do on this trip, because I don't usually think about riding Soarin'. It's not usually like on my plans, but yeah.
Oh, did we lose you?
That was great. Yeah, it was great fun. I'm glad I got to try it. How's that?
Very cool. So you got to try it, and I saw you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, dude. You're all good. So I saw you also got to talk to, I think it was Tom Fitzgerald, right? An Imagineer?
Yeah, briefly, but yeah.
That's cool. So
we were
was he
talking
just
about the itch?
So he was just there and you just bumped into him?
Yeah, they actually had like a whole team of Imagineers out there. I can't remember their names, but yeah, there were some really interesting people that we got to talk to and ask questions about the attraction and stuff, and how long they worked on the project, and like what their favorite scenes were and stuff. So that was really cool.
Awesome. That's very cool. So you finally got to ride it. Now, what do you think? So this is the third iteration of Soarin'. So where do you rank it with all the other ones?
I would put it after Soarin' California over California. I'm like very biased, I guess. I don't know. I just love the orange groves. Like, I don't think that any scene, the scent or anything tops that. Although Hawaii in Soarin' Across America is really good.
That's a good one.
Definitely a close second. But yeah, but I don't know. Soarin' Around the World is kind of boring to me. Like, I'm not really a huge fan of that one. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for that. But yeah, no, it was really good. I think that they used the technology really well with like the cameras and the seat movements, because there's definitely parts of it where you feel like you're actually like moving through the scene. Like Mount McKinley, the camera like shifts to the right, and the way that they move the seats or whatever, like it feels like you're moving to the side. I like, you kind of get some of that in Soarin' over California, like when you're going over like the river and stuff, but yeah, Soarin' Over the World doesn't really have too much of that. I mean, like, even with the Eiffel Tower previously, like, it never felt like you were, like, climbing the Eiffel Tower. Like, with this one, I mean, when the rocket ship takes off at the beginning, like, you feel like you're lifting off with it. Yeah, the same with the Grand Canyon scene. Like, they take you up and down through that scene, which I thought was really cool. I wasn't expecting that, so that was really nice.
Very cool. That's a nice way to spend a Thursday, just hopping over to DCA and getting to hang out. I'm so jealous of that, man. If I could go to Disneyland more, I would. I mean, it's much easier. I'm in Virginia, so I'm not like super close to Florida, but it's a whole lot easier to get there than it is out to the West Coast. But I'll be there for D23, so I'm stoked for that. So before we get too far into this whole thing, let's talk about your Twitter handle. How did that come about? Where'd you get the name? Is there any meaning behind it? Disney Scoop Guy?
I wish that there was like some good story behind it, but honestly I was just like, I didn't know what to put, and my website is thedisneyscoop.com, so I was just like, Disney Scoop Guy. Like, it was kind of like a placeholder at first, and then it kind of stuck, and now I'm like, I have ideas for like stuff I would like to change it to, but I don't know, it's kind of like, I'm so used to it now. People call me by that now, so it's like, yeah, it'd be weird to change it at this point, I think.
So they just come up to you and say, hey, Disney Scoop Guy.
Or hey, Scoop Guy, people will yell in the park. Or Scoops. I've gotten Scoops a lot in the park.
I like
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when did you, I guess, really get into the whole website and really just kind of dedicating your page, your Twitter page, to covering all things Disney? How long have you been doing that?
Twitter, Twitter's kind of crazy because like I never really thought about posting on Twitter about Disney stuff. And then I actually was on Facebook and I found out about Diz Twitter, that there was like
Yeah.
a community of Disney adults
Sure.
on Twitter, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so great! Like Disney adults on Twitter, like everyone's gonna be so friendly. It's gonna be like this beautiful community of Disney people, and
Right.
like yeah, like just dive in, and yeah,
Yeah.
there's some amazing people in this community for sure, but there's also like a lot of like headbutting and stuff that I wasn't really expecting, but yeah. So I made an account. I had another account, but there was like a lot of political stuff on there, and I was not trying to
Okay.
mix that. So yeah, I started posting about Disney on there, and honestly, like it was really great for my mental health at the time. So yeah, I just continued.
So speaking of mental health, I guess, and you've already talked about Diz Twitter, what are your thoughts on like the current state of Diz Twitter, I guess? Because, dude, I mean, like you see, you're online all the time. So like with the Gingerbread House thing, people are losing their minds, and the Disney Springs bus situation. I mean, it is just like a hotbed of just constant arguments going on. And I mean, there are many parts of just Twitter that I love, for sure, because we're all still one community. We're all like one dysfunctional family, I guess, at the end of the day. But like, there are so many heated arguments that go on. And I'm not going to name names, but there are a handful of people that can always count on, be like, I know this guy's going to come out and he's going to say something crazy because he hates it. And they never let me down. But it's never a dull moment on Diz Twitter. But how do you navigate through, I guess, like all the negativity to try to keep it bright and positive? Because you're a pretty bright and positive dude on your page. I feel like it's always a lot of positive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to get too negative. I mean, if there's stuff I genuinely don't like I'll say something, but like, I don't know. I feel like there's these like chronically online people who are like waiting for Disney to do anything, make any small change, anything. Like they could like repaint a bus, and people would be like, that was my childhood bus. I rode that bus repeatedly when I was a kid. I remember bus driver Tom was so friendly to me, and they'll make it like personal, and it's like these decisions aren't personal to me. Like you know, like I take it with a grain of salt, even if I'm like not thrilled about it. Like I used to ride Splash Mountain a lot before they rethemed it, and I've ridden Tiana's Law obviously too. But like I was I was like open to it at least when it was rethemed. But a lot of people were just like locked in, from the start. And honestly, like you can't really argue about this because people aren't interested in changing their minds. Like there's not some evidence you could give them or some viewpoint you could give them where they're not going to be angry about it. Like I don't know, some people enjoy being angry, and you see a lot of that online. So
yeah. There's a lot of anger out there, man. But this is supposed to be a happy place, and it's a fun place. So let's talk about, like, where in your life did you kind of develop that love and passion for all things Disney? Like, were you born and raised in California? Like, have you been there for a while and you just kind of grew up in that Disneyland culture? Or, like, what's your Disney history and backstory, I guess?
Well, I mean, I've loved Disney since I was a kid. I went to Disneyland for the first time when I was 6. My grandpa took our whole family there. It was an amazing memory. Like, I fell in love with Disneyland from that moment on. That was the last time I saw him too, because he passed after that. So, like, it's always had that connection for me. Like, it reminds me of him. It reminds me of that first trip. But, I mean, growing up, I loved Disney movies. Like, I had so many Disney VHS tapes that I would, like, alphabetize every time we'd get a new one. Like, and I only actually came to Disneyland a couple more times as a teenager. When I was a kid, most of my Disney trips have been as an adult. Because, like, even, like, I mean, as a teenager, I still loved it too. Like, growing up, like, I wanted to go back. Like, I had a friend who went every single year, Jacqueline, and every time that she would go, I would have her, like, bring me back a map so I could, like, look at it and be like, oh, I remember doing this and this and this, like, and so I actually collected Disneyland maps when I was a kid, even though I wasn't going. So, like, even though I wasn't there, I was still, like, obsessed. Yeah, and then as an adult, the first time I went as an adult was in 2013. And after that, it was like I want to come again and again and again. And my next trip,
Yeah.
I bought an annual pass, and been an annual pass holder consistently, except for during COVID, ever since.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah.
Nice. So, okay, cool. So you live relatively close to Disney then, I guess, right? Or is it a long drive or?
Now I'm like 15 minutes away, 30 minutes if there's traffic.
That is not bad at all. So you're nice and close. And I think if anybody out there goes to your Twitter page, I think it says in your bio or somewhere on your page, you went like 366 days in a row, right?
Yeah, January
That-
4th to January 4th.
So was that something you set out to do, or did you just kind of develop a streak and said, hey, I just got to keep this thing going?
Well, in 2024, that's like how it started. I was like, I'd gone 6 days in a row, and I was like, let's see how long I can continue this.
Yeah.
And then that was 20 days, and then after that, I did 75 days, and then after that, I did 234 days. And
Wow.
going into 2025, I was like, I'm gonna go 300 days in a row this year. Like, I'm gonna do it. Like,
Yeah.
why not? So I started doing it, and then I hit 300, and I was like, well, there's still Magic Key days available. Like, why don't I just keep going until Christmas break starts, or whenever, till our Magic Keys are blocked out for Christmas. And so I kept doing that. I think that put me at 340 something. And then I like posted on Instagram that I was ending my streak because I wasn't gonna buy tickets to go in
Sure.
the park during the blockout days. And random cast members like who I'd never even met before started reaching out to me like, "Hey, I'll sign you in this day. I'll sign you in this day." And like
Whoa.
ended up getting signed in through the entire streak except for 2 days. I did end up one friend gave me a ticket, so I had like a park hopper ticket for one day, and I'd already bought a ticket last year, like in the middle of the year, just in case I wasn't able to get a reservation. I had like the top tier ticket like
Yeah.
ready to go because I'm like, I'm not breaking this streak. So yeah, with tickets and the sign-ins, I was able to make it through back to Magic Key days. But
That's awesome.
yeah, it seemed like a good place to stop. 366, because I was not trying to keep it going. Like, it was
So-
fun, but yeah.
So during the streak, like when you say you went for 366 days in a row, were some days like, I'm just going to pop in for like 30 minutes or an hour? Or were there days where you would just stay for long stretches? Like what was the average amount of time, I guess, that you would go into a park?
Generally, I would leave before it get hot, so like by 11 o'clock noon, especially like in the summer and stuff. But I had a rule because I was like, people aren't going to believe that I'm going to Disneyland every single day. And I mean,
Right.
because like there's some days where I don't feel like posting, like, and I'm at Disneyland and I take pictures and stuff, but like nothing gets shared. So I was like, I have to get a ride photo every single day I'm in the park. So I got a ride photo every single day except for 2. But I have like other photos in the park those days showing I was in the park. But yeah, I did something every single day. Like it was usually Tiana's. Like I did Tiana's
Okay.
probably like 360 plus days of that streak. There were definitely 2 at least where I didn't do it. But yeah.
That's so right. And I actually wanted to talk to you about that too. So I'll skip the next question that I had. Let's go back to the Tiana thing. So why do that ride so many times when there's so many other rides in the park? And obviously, like you said, it's a very controversial ride, I guess, because some people just hate it for a plethora of reasons. But did you just have a big time love for that ride, or?
Well, it started during Magic Key previews. Like I was getting Magic Key previews like every day, and I also
Okay.
had a bunch of friends who let me use their Magic Keys. Like I had their keys in my phone, so like literally dozens of people. And if they had park reservations, like they would let me do their virtual queue for them and then use it. So I was like already riding multiple times a day, and by the time between like November when it opened and December when our passes were blocked out, I rode it 100 times. So I was like, I don't think anybody else has ridden this 100 times yet.
No.
So yeah. So I was like, all right, why not keep that going? Because now I've ridden it more than anybody else. But like, I genuinely
Yeah.
love the ride. Like, I think the ride is. I love the vibes of the ride. Like, it's there's definitely elements that I wish that had been different. Like, I definitely wish that it had been based on the movie. But like, the music, the scenery, the animatronics, everything is like.
Yeah.
It's just very relaxing. Like, there's been a lot of times where I was like having a bad day, and I was like, I really want to go on Tiana's right now, and
Yeah.
did. So yeah,
That's
it
awesome.
was
So
fun.
2 things. Have you rode it in Disney World?
yeah.
Okay,
four
so
times.
from what I understand, there are differences between the two, right? Like I think in Disneyland it's a little more filled out because isn't the track maybe like slightly shorter? I'm not 100% sure how that works, but everybody
It's
says
a
the
lot
Disneyland
shorter.
version's better. Yeah, so the Disneyland
Yeah.
version's better because in World there's definitely some like dead spots in there, and I think people have some gripes with that. But in Disneyland it's more fleshed out, right?
Yeah, for sure. And
Cool.
I mean, I get it, the Disney World stuff. Like, there's some like the ride moves. The story goes very, very slowly into like
Sure.
the last scene, where all of a sudden you're like rushing through everything, and they've got
Yeah.
like back-to-back screens, which is like super weird to me because the Firefly scene over there is maybe like 20 feet wide at the max. Like
Yeah.
ours is like a whole room that you go through and you see the fireflies and they like go in front of the bottle and do stuff and stuff, and there's like, I don't know. It's just it's way different aesthetically. Like it feels like it's all crammed into that last
Huh.
section of the track before the
Okay.
final lift hill. Um,
Weird.
yeah.
So I guess I'll have to ride it when I'm out there for D23. But dude, I've only rode Splash Mountain out there, I think, twice. And you get, I mean, absolutely drenched on that version out there. I felt like that log was going to go underwater. Like, do you get that wet every time you've done it, I guess?
Only if you ride in the front. The front
it's
will
front.
yeah, the front will wreck you every single time. But people think that like there's a dry seat on that ride. Like that's the number one question people ask me about that ride is like, where can I sit if I don't want to get wet? And it's like,
Okay.
I can't answer that question, but I can tell you like which part of your clothing is most likely to get wet depending on which seat you're sitting in because
Really?
I've ridden it 1,238 times now, so
I'm sorry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pause. Hold on. You've rode it how many times?
1,238.
Holy cow. That is insane. You've got to be like the record holder, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
On my
can't
1,000th ride too, the cast members got permission to ride with me. So I got to pick like
What?
5 cast members to ride with me, and they made them ride in like their full costume and everything too.
That's
So
awesome. That's
yeah,
very
that was an
cool.
amazing experience.
So I had to stop you there for a second because that is an insane number. That's very cool, though. So I guess where on the ride you were saying your parts of your body are going to get more wet than others. I guess. Like, what did you say? Like, how do you break that down?
Well, I mean, I can tell you because I know like where the water reacts in certain spots.
Okay.
Like in the back row, it's the first drop only. Like you're pretty much safe every other drop except for like and the final drop. Like after you go down the drop and then you go forward, there's like a turn, and when you hit that turn, there's like a splash that'll come over, and that'll
Yeah.
get you in the sixth row.
Okay.
Rows 3, 4, and 5. There's like a tiny little drop before the second big drop, the Mama Odie drop,
Okay.
and a wave will come over the side of the boat on the right hand side and soak your right shoe, like in all of
Oh,
those
no.
seats. Yeah,
Dude,
rows
like-
1 and 2 are yeah.
Yeah, wet shoes are a no-go for me. Like if I've got soggy shoes,
Yeah.
like I'm not going to be a super happy camper. So you've done that ride an incredible amount of times, and you went to Disneyland 366 days in a row. Did you ever get tired of going? Like, did you wake up on day like 203 and you were like, oh, I just don't want to do this today? Or was it just always a treat to go?
Well, so another crazy thing is that for like over 340 of those days, I was up at like 5:12 in the morning, getting ready. I would be out the door by like 6:05, get to parking at 6:30, which opens at 7, and then like so I rope dropped. Like I was like in the park for rope drop like over 340 of those days, and I was like weirdly motivating. Like I loved it. Like every single morning, like I was like so hyped to get up. Like
That's cool.
I don't know. I wish I could recapture that energy, honestly, because like even this morning, like I had to rope drop, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so unenthusiastic. Like I'm so tired."
Oh,
But
jeez.
yeah, but I don't know. Last year was wild.
Yeah, so would you ever do it again and go for like 367 to break the record, or you think that's just going to kind of stand the test of time?
You know, I'm fine with that. I have the longest streak post COVID. There's the guy who did the streak like prior to COVID that COVID actually ended when he did it for like over 9 years. Wow. Yeah, I would never try to do that. But
Yeah.
maybe if I lived at Disney World, maybe, but like I have no plans to move to Florida, so not likely. You know, the thing is that like I loved every minute of it, and I only have one regret about last year doing that, and that is that I wasn't able to ride or to experience Muppet Vision 3D one last time.
But
Like-
that's right.
Yeah. So when that was closing, when I found out that was closing and I wasn't gonna be able to do it again, like that was pretty much when I knew that like I wasn't gonna be continuing a streak again in this year. Because I was like, I
Yeah.
want to be able to go to Disney World if stuff is closing, and I got to do the closing of Dinosaur, of Rock and Roller Coaster starring
Okay.
Aerosmith this year. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't continue it. But yeah, there was. I kept expecting that reaction, like that you were talking about, where it's just like it
Right.
would drag on me and I wouldn't feel motivated to do it, and it never happened.
Well, that's cool, man. Well, that's a very cool streak. I wish I could do something like that. That would be rad. So you were at Disneyland all the time. You were there all those days. So something that I've seen a lot online, people who go to Disneyland frequently, they're always posting their celebrity sightings. So for you, who's somebody there that often, I'm sure you've had to see some pretty cool celebs over your visits, right?
I met John Stamos last year, which was really cool.
Nice. Did you actually get to stop and talk to him, or you just kind of saw him and said, "Hey"?
I went and talked to him and got a picture, so that was
That's
cool.
awesome.
He didn't have a plaid with him either, which was like super surprising. Yeah, just
Wow.
like normal guest with his wife, just like rolling through, going to see. I think he was going to see Walt Disney: A Magical Life. He was walking into that building when I caught him, and then yeah. Oh my God, I rode. Well, I don't know. I think this was in 2024. It might have been last year, but I got to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure with Caitlin Olsen and Rob McElhaney from It's
Oh
Always Sunny in
wow.
Philadelphia. Like in the
Yeah.
log with them. I don't know how that happened. Like
I
it
think I
was.
remember you posted that picture, right?
Yeah,
I
it
remember
was
that.
crazy unexpected. Jenna Ortega walked past me while I was filming Gal Gadot. like I,
Oh wow.
that was super random because I knew Jenna Ortega was in the park, and I was Gal Gadot was also there shooting promo for Snow White, and I was like
Okay.
recording it from like 20 feet away, and I see a plaid go by me, and I turn, and this like super short woman goes by, and I'm like, that was Jenna Ortega. Like what? Like
That's awesome. So you've seen
yeah.
all kinds of cool people out there, man. That's pretty cool. So, all right. So we've talked a lot about the West Coast, and you've brought up Disney World a couple of times. So when is the first time you came out east to go to Disney World?
2016 in
Oh,
January. Yeah,
okay.
I bought myself an annual pass for my birthday that year. So I
Very
did like a
nice.
monthly trip. I was living in Chicago at the time, so the commute was a lot easier. It was
Oh,
closer than coming to Disneyland. So I had the Premier passport for
when
both
they had that,
coasts.
that's awesome. I bet you wish they had that now because you're an AP member on both coasts now, still, right? Obviously not
Yeah.
Premier, but so you have one on each coast. So you were going every month from Chicago?
Yeah, it was great. And I was still going to Disneyland too. So I took a lot of Disney trips in 2016. It was a lot of fun though.
Very jealous. Okay, so you had more Disneyland experience at that point, and then you started going to Disney World. Now, obviously, you go to Disneyland a ton, but I see you posting all the time. Like you're still making trips out to World, and you just talked about some of your more recent ones. So now that you've experienced them both so much, like I guess going back to like your first few trips to Disney World, what are some things right off the bat where you're like, whoa, these are like huge differences from the East Coast to the West Coast as far as the parks go? Like, what are some things that stood out besides the size of the castle? That's what everybody always loves to talk about. So, besides that, like, what were some of the other, like, whoa, this is different kind of moments?
So a big one was walking into Disneyland the first time and seeing Main Street because everything is so
Yeah.
much taller. You know, like
Right.
the buildings are like twice as big, and that was like shocking. And the street is like wider too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like so it's like the same but like very different, you know. But like
Sure.
Animal Kingdom though, like oh my God, I love Animal Kingdom so much,
So
and
great.
like I wish that we had something like that out here and like experiencing that for the first time. It's like I could do that over and over and over, like every
Yeah.
trip. Like I love it. I love walking around looking at all the animals and stuff. Like I love the safaris. Like I know that there's not as many attractions right now as people
Right.
would like, but like I just think that like the vibes there are the best. Like um God, Epcot is crazy big. Like
Yeah,
I think
it's
that
huge.
like, yeah, going to Epcot for the first time was wild. I did not expect that. Seeing the gates to Hollywood Studios, that was crazy because it looked like Disney California Adventure.
Sure.
Like that. And for the longest time, I thought that they copied Disney California Adventure because I was just like, it was the first one I'd seen, and then like later
Right.
found out that Hollywood Studios like originally looked like that or looked like that first. But yeah, I don't know. The buses, that was really jarring, honestly. Like
Yeah.
transportation at Disney World is not. I mean, it's very. it's good that it exists, but it's like not something that if you're used to Disneyland and you're used to like park hopping, walking across the Esplanade,
It's
like
so nice. Dude,
yeah, it's
so for me, I had gone to Disney World. The first time I went to Disney World was 2008 on my honeymoon, actually. So I was a late bloomer. I always wanted to go, but when I finally got to go, I hit it hard. And then I think my first trip to Disneyland, my second son, my youngest, was I think maybe just over a year old or something like that. So it was 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. So I had a lot of Disney World trips under my belt. And when we got to land, first thing I thought when we walked into that Esplanade, I was like, oh my God, these parks are so close together. I could throw a football from one side to another. They're really close. So
yeah.
I feel you on the transportation thing. That's so nice coming from Disneyland. But then you had to deal with the buses and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's very different for sure.
So a little bit of a shock. But did you notice anything you were like, oh man, Disney World does this like so much better than out in Disneyland. I wish they would bring that over there. Or were you like, man, I'm still a Disneyland guy through and through?
Well, the first hotel that I stayed at Walt Disney World was the Polynesian.
Oh, so started very high.
So, like, immediately I was like, why don't we have something like this at Disneyland? Like, oh my God, the theming is immaculate. Like, the resort, in my opinion, is better at Disney World because, like, the hotels are just incredible.
It's all the game.
But yeah, no, I for sure the hotels, like, and
Yeah.
you know, honestly, like I love that there's a boat from the hotels to the park. Like, I know that we couldn't recreate that here, but like, yeah, it was a lot of fun for sure.
Very cool, man. So, I guess, what are some things that you wished Disneyland would do like they had at Disney World? So, if like you could just pick up like a handful of things and be like, I'm bringing this back to California. Like, what are some things you would, besides the Polynesian, you can have it. That's my favorite. So, like, besides some other things, like, oh man, these restaurants are so much better. Because me personally, when I go to Disneyland, like, I think the food at World is just so much better, other than the quick services. I do think quick service, you guys do it way better out on the West Coast, but I think table service meals are like far better in Florida. But if you could bring like a handful of things with you back to the Disneyland resorts, like what would you want to bring back with you?
God, I agree about the food, first of all. Like, I think that y'all have, like, way better food out there. And the pricing, especially with, like, festival food, is, like, way more reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, Disneyland could take a lesson in that. But, God, I don't know. I love the Brown Derby at Hollywood Studios. Like, that's my favorite Disney restaurant. Like, I wish that we had that out here. Tiffin's. Tiffin's is amazing. I keep thinking about dining now because you're talking about it. And it's just like there's so much dining experiences there that are like culturally crafted, or like they're very specific, like they're niche, you know. And like we don't have as much fine dining at Disneyland as we do at Disney World, so stuff like that. I mean, honestly, if there was one thing I could take from there, though, I would take Animal Kingdom and like
Just
put
the
it.
whole park.
Yeah, where Toy Story parking lot is. Like, give us our own Animal Kingdom. Like, oh my God, I would love that. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say specifics though because it's like Disneyland has so much less space. You know, like yeah, there's not a lot that we could really put here. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool stuff at Disney World.
Well, you guys do have some cool stuff coming. So D23, so I guess it's almost been 2 years, where they announced a lot of cool stuff. Like you guys are getting a Coco ride, and you're finally getting some love for Avengers Campus, because that place, I don't know your thoughts about it, but like I'm a huge Marvel fan. My sons are huge Marvel fans, and when we went out there for the first time when it was finally open, I was like, this is it? Like, I just, it kind of fell flat for me, but what are some of the things that are coming your way? And of course, you guys are getting some Avatar love out there too. So what are some of the things you're most looking forward to?
I'm a huge Marvel nerd also. Like,
Cool.
I loved X-Men since I was like 6 years old, so
Right.
I love Marvel. And so I enjoy Avengers Campus, but it feels very incomplete. Like, I never liked that they were
That's
like
fair.
Guardians of the Galaxy as part of Avengers Campus. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy was already there. Like, you
Yeah,
don't get to be
yeah.
like, we have 3 attractions, like yeah, so I'm excited about the Thanos ride. I think that's going to be really cool. The Iron Man ride, it's just like, I don't know. I'm glad there's going to be more stuff to do in that area. I'm glad they're expanding that area. It's very much needed. I wish there was more trees in that area. The Coco ride, I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm disappointed that we lost the parade for the Oogie Boogie Bash because of it, and that gate, and who knows if it's coming back.
Yeah.
Probably not, because they're putting the attraction there. But if I'm being honest, though, like the Disney project I'm most excited about right now is Tropical Americas.
Yeah, there you go.
World.
Yeah.
Like, there's some cool stuff coming to Disneyland, and I mean, I'll be there for all of it. But yeah, the Tropical America stuff looks so cool to me, and just like it's such a huge expansion of Animal Kingdom that's like very
Absolutely.
much needed. I just wish it wasn't on top of stuff that was already loved, but I'm
Yeah,
still excited
you know,
to see where it goes.
it's such a weird thing because in Disneyland, like DCA and Disneyland Park, there's not a lot of like expansion area, but for the most part, you guys seem to make it happen. Like you don't really replace a lot of stuff. Although we were just talking about Avengers Campus, R.I.P. Bugs Life or Bugs Land. I used to love that area. But you guys seem to make it work. But in World, it's like we're just constantly like replacing stuff, which is kind of a bit of a bummer. But are you going to D23 in August? Are you going to be out there?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. So I'll be there too. I'll be in the building. I'm super excited. So I'm going to ask everybody on every show leading up, what are some of your predictions for D23 this year? Like, what do you think they're going to drop on us? Or maybe some, like, wishes that you think they would announce?
I really, like, I hope, like, and I'm not super excited about this project, but I am excited to see it when it's finished. But, like, I hope that they drop more details about Avatar coming to DCA, because I just want them to stop these, like, the back and forth with these rumors about, like, they're replacing it with Zootopia,
Yeah.
because it's like, I don't know, I want them to, like, lock that in if that's the plan. I'm very curious to like find. I don't know if they're going to announce this at D23, but like how they're going to handle construction with the new parking garage at Disneyland.
Okay.
Or like what the plan is for that, like if they have a timeline or that for anything, because it's like
Yeah.
they're building a walkway over Harbor Boulevard,
Right.
which is going to be crazy. Like that, I mean, they're going to have to shut down traffic on that, like on sections of that road as they're dealing with that, and that road is already super busy. So. Yeah, I don't know. More info about the Coco attraction would be really cool too. Like stuff about the story. I'd love to see that.
So what is the Disneyland Forward thing exactly? Is that the parking garage? I mean, is that just like this rumor of like all these other expansion pads that could be coming? Like for those of us who aren't like super in the know about Disneyland Forward, do you have like a precise way to kind of break that down a little bit?
Well, I thought that when they passed, they got approval for Disneyland Forward, that they were actually going to like start developing stuff, and I don't know. So far, like what I've seen is just like they rezoned a lot of stuff. Like they rezoned
Okay.
like parking lots for like theme parks and stuff. So it's like it's very vague. Like I don't think there's any specifics locked in. I know that in the proposals and stuff they had talked about like building new transportation systems for it, like a skyway and extending the monorail, and there was another one too that sounded really cool. But like so far it's been like really like nothing. Like nothing has happened. Like
Yeah.
the day after it got approval, I went up to the roof of the Mickey and Friends parking structure, and I took like a panoramic picture of everything, because I'm like, this view is going to be changing so much over
Yeah.
the next few years. And like that was over a year ago, and I could go back and take that same picture, and it would be like exactly the same right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, not a lot of movement on that.
Gotcha. Well, maybe we'll find out more at D23. You never know. Maybe we'll find at D23 you guys are getting the People Mover back, because that's all I ever hear about it for Disneyland folks. Like, we want the People Mover, and your Tomorrowland just needs so much work. Like, it's just that's the one thing you hear every Disneylander say. And
Yeah.
like for people like me who are Disney World people that go out there and like, oof, this Tomorrowland is hurting, man. It needs some help.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that like everybody would love to see stuff done to Tomorrowland, and everybody has like ideas for what could be done to Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's happening. Like I don't think they have any plans to do anything. Like, I mean, they can't even deal with the Tomorrowland concept art wall. Like it's
That's the best.
like that thing is crazy to me, because that has survived like 3 CEO changes, like 2 president changes, COVID.
That's awesome.
Like that thing will outlast all of us at this point. And it's like people are like talking about bringing the People Mover back. It's like
Yeah.
they'd have to refurbish those tracks from Rocket Rods to make the People Mover,
Right.
and they can't even handle a construction wall right now. So yeah, I'm not my hopes are not high for Tomorrowland.
Offhand Disney will be very disappointed to hear you say that. That dude has been begging for the People Mover forever.
I
Oh
mean, I would
boy.
love that. Like, I love
Sure.
the People Mover. It's that's a must do for me at Disney World. Like, sometimes more than once. Like, if
Oh
I'm
yeah.
bored or if, just to like sit down for a minute. Like, it's the
Sure.
best.
Yeah. That's a
But
good time.
yeah, I just am not optimistic about Disneyland management bringing that back.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. All right. Before we move on to the lightning round, that's always super fun. If you could sit down with Josh tomorrow and have a one-on-one with him, and you could say, "Here's one thing that I want to change," and it can be a world, it can be land, it can be anything you want. What would you want him to do? Like it could be build a new land, it could be some kind of change, like anything at all. What would you want Josh to do?
If I could pick anything, honestly, I think that like using villains for a land was such a misfire. Like that should have been its own park.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it could have been like a completely like they could have had like there's so many lands that they could have done with that had
Yeah.
different theming from different movies and stuff. I don't know. I feel like trying to cram it all into a small area is not going to give it like the love that it deserves. Because like I mean, how many attractions are we really going to get? Like how are they going to choose which villains to base them on? There's like
Yeah.
so many rumors and stuff. It's like I would say like just put that in its own park. You know?
Yeah, and that was the wish forever. People would call it Tragic Kingdom, obviously like a play on the Magic Kingdom. That would have been pretty rad. Everybody always said like, oh, instead of Galaxy's Edge, I wish they would have did a whole Star Wars park. I don't see how that would have worked. That would have been very strange. But yeah, like a villain's Tragic Kingdom thing would have been pretty cool. I would have been in on that. That would have been dope.
Yeah. I mean, so the Star Wars thing,
Yeah.
Disney has so much IP now that they could literally do a park that's based on like outer space worlds.
Sure.
Like they could have like a Predator, land, an Alien land, an Avatar
Awesome.
land,
Sure.
Star Wars land. Like that's something I've thought about for a while. That would be really cool because they have so much IP that they could
Yeah.
use for something like that. And I mean, that would be a great concept, honestly.
That would have been awesome. All right, well, I like that idea. A whole villains, I guess, park would have been very cool. So that wraps up that section of the show. Now we're going to move on to the lightning round. And this is very fun. It's very simple. I'm going to give you 13 questions in somewhat rapid fire form. And I just want you to answer them as quick as possible so you don't overthink it. So 13 questions. I say this every week just because I love going on Tower of Terror, Haunted Mansion, and seeing 13 on the sign, just knowing it's a walk-on. It just gets me every time. So 13 questions in the lightning round. Here we go. Your favorite snack to get at Disneyland or California Adventure? So we're sticking West Coast. What's your favorite snack out there?
Popcorn. I mean, that's usually my go-to.
Just pop. You guys have the best churros. You have all this other stuff, and you're just a popcorn.
I'm not a
guy.
fan of sweets, honestly. So like, I love the popcorn. The Firefly chips, though, at
What's that?
oh my god, at Refreshment Corner, they're like flaming hot Fritos, basically with like
Okay.
chili and cheese and jalapenos on them and onions. Like super good.
Whoa.
Um,
That, and that, what are they
spicy.
called? Firefly chips or what? what are they
Firefly
called?
chips, yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that next time I'm out there. I'm gonna put that on
They're like
the list.
$6 too. Like they're super cheap. Like it's
Okay.
yeah.
I like that. All right. If you could remove one ride from Disneyland or DCA, what would it be? Just like hit the bricks, get out.
Goofy Sky School.
Thank you. I hate that ride.
I want them to tear it down and salt the earth so no coaster can grow there ever again.
Oh,
Like,
it's just like one of those weird, like off the shelf, like roller coasters you would find at like any fair or whatever. Like we had Primeval Whirl at Animal Kingdom forever ago, and I hated that one too. So yeah, I get it. I love that answer. I'll get some heat for that. Favorite Disney movie of all time? It can be live action, it can be animated. Just your favorite Disney movie ever.
and Mary Poppins, definitely Mary Poppins.
Such a
I
classic.
grew
Were
up
you
with
at
that,
the
yeah.
D23 when Dick Van Dyke came out?
I've only been to 2024. I don't think he was there.
Oh, okay. No, that was many moons ago at this point. I don't remember
Yeah.
the exact year, but that was like pre-COVID. I forget the exact year. You pretty much already answered this one earlier, but your favorite Disney resort hotel on either coast? So Polynesian.
Well, so I love the Polynesian. That was the first one that I stayed at, but my favorite is probably the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh, okay, good.
Because the Savannah View rooms are just like
Yeah.
incredible. Like it would either be that or the Grand Floridian probably. But yeah,
Ooh,
Polly's
okay.
definitely top three though for sure. But yeah,
Okay. Very nice. All very good answers. If you could take Walt on one ride today, if he just came back from the dead, which would be very scary, but if you could take him on one ride today that wasn't around before he passed away, what would you want to take him on?
I mean, Grizzly River Run is my favorite ride, so that would probably be what I would
Really?
go for. Yeah.
You love water rides. You love them.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. And Grizzly River Run is special.
Okay. If you could build a land in a Disney park, what would it be and where would you put it? So it could be any IP, anything at all.
A land at a Disney park. That is tough.
You just said something that would have been
Well, I mean,
awesome, but it got canceled.
I mean, the villain, not Villain's Land, but I was talking about the IP stuff, the Alien IP.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, there's I mean, I think they could do a lot. It would be not, like as bright and happy as some of the other lands, but
Well, so we had Alien a little bit in the Great Movie Ride back in the day with the Alien scene. That was pretty cool, and that was frightening. But I thought maybe you were going to go with, since Mary Poppins was your favorite, Cherry Tree Lane that was supposed to come to the UK pavilion, but that got scrapped after COVID. That would have been pretty awesome too.
Yeah, that for sure would be amazing.
Absolutely. So a restaurant that you've never eaten at that you would like to eat at. And again, this could be
Yak
East or
and
West
Yeti.
Coast. Yak and Yeti.
Yak
Oh, so
and
you still
Yeti.
haven't eaten there yet.
No, but I've been to Animal Kingdom so many times, and people are always recommending it. And for some reason, that's one of the only restaurants I have not been to. But every time I'm there, I'm like, I should go to Yak and Yeti, and then I never do. So
Oh, it's good. You can usually get a table pretty easily there. The theming in there is awesome, and the food is really great. World of Color or Fantasmic?
Fantasmic. For
Even
sure.
without the dragon now?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, Fantasmic for sure.
So you answered so quickly. So do you not like World of Color?
I like World of Color 1.
Okay.
I think that the last World of Color Happiness, which is running right now, is not great. It's okay. It's not a bad show. It's a good show,
Yeah.
but it's just World of Color 1 I thought was really powerful. I don't like the Christmas World of Color, and I'm gonna get so much hate for that one. 'Cause people love that, but it looks too much like clip art to me. But yeah, Fantasmic, even without the dragon, Fantasmic, still gives me chills every time I see it. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Are we ever getting that dragon back? I don't think so, right? It's just too far gone at this point, right?
It's so funny because the number one rumor that people tell me all the time I get from so many different people is they've got a new dragon, there's a new dragon they're installed. I've been hearing this for years now that they're they have a new dragon. Last year I heard multiple people tell me that Tom Sawyer Island was going to be closed during the summer so they could install the new dragon, and I was never confirmed it or anything. That's why I didn't share anything about it, but yeah, that's the number one rumor that people have is that there's a dragon, they built a dragon, the dragon is being installed, and it's I don't know, it's very expensive, and people Fantasmic fills up every night that it shows, so
Yeah.
it's for them it's they're not losing money by not having a dragon.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would love it if they brought it back, but who knows.
That would be awesome. Okay, Tower of Terror or Mission Breakout?
Okay, well, it depends.
Okay.
Disney World Tower of Terror is definitely better than regular Mission Breakout, but I would take Mission Breakout Monsters After Dark over any of them.
It's so good.
Yeah, but also I think that Guardians of the Galaxy is better than Tower of Terror was here. I'm glad that they got rid of
agree.
our tower. 'Cause
Yeah.
the better tower was at Disney World for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Or is at Disney World, so yeah.
Okay.
It's
I like that.
There's a rank. It alternates, but yeah, definitely Mission Breakout for the Monsters After Dark. It's so good.
Dude, I was at already started out there. I think this was later in August or it was even September at that point. That was the first time I ever got to do it. I just did it over and over and over. It is just so freaking fun. I don't think I've ever had that much fun on a ride. I just love it. Favorite souvenir you've ever bought at a park?
Jeez, that's a really great question too. I'm looking behind me to see if there's anything that's
Okay.
What is my favorite souvenir? Gosh, I didn't I bought it online because I wasn't around at the time, or like
Uh-huh.
I was in Chicago, but like I have the Diamond Celebration pin set
Oh,
from
cool.
Disneyland. That's like probably my
Okay.
favorite Disney souvenir, even though I wasn't in the park to buy it. But I love those
There's
pins.
the
They've got like
60th, right?
yeah, each one
Yeah.
has a picture of Walt with like a quote inside of it too. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
yeah, very unique.
That's a good one. Okay. What is the longest, like you're just in the parks and you're just walking around looking for something to ride. What is the longest wait time you're willing to wait for something? So, like, seeing as how you're a local, I mean, like, you can just be like, oh, I'll come back another day. But, like, just on a normal day, what's the longest you're willing to wait?
It depends on the attraction, but most
Sure.
attractions will not be more than 30 minutes. Like, it's not worth it if the line's more than 30 minutes. Like, maybe Rise if it says 45 minutes and it looks like it's going to be 30 minutes. But yeah, 30
Okay.
minutes is usually the cap for most stuff. And for a lot of attractions, it's like way shorter. Like, I wouldn't wait 30 minutes to ride Mr. Toad. Or,
Sure.
like, it's a small world. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it depends.
All right. And your last one in the lightning round, your favorite ride to do at night.
I mean, Grizzly River Run is the best ride.
Back to that, huh?
Day or night. It's because it's a different experience every single time you ride it. You could ride it with the same people 1,000 times, and it would be different
Yeah.
every single time. But you're riding with different people every single time, so it's like,
Yeah.
you're all facing each other too. Like it's a community experience. Like you're all
Sure.
getting soaked together. So I don't know. I just love it. It's like a one and done little community vibe, and then yeah, you never know what's gonna happen.
I guess I'll have to ride it at night. I've only rode it once and I got drenched, and luckily enough, we were staying at the Grand California, so I could just shoot right back in there and just get out of those wet clothes. But I'm sure you've rode Cali River Rapids then, right? I mean, they're both
Yeah.
rapid rides. That doesn't compare to Grizzly River Run, though, right? It's
No.
not even close.
It's not as good for sure, and you don't get as wet. So like,
No.
I don't know. Yeah.
Very cool, man. All right, well, you survived the lightning round. See, that wasn't so hard. Always some fun questions. Get to learn some of your favorite this and that kind of stuff. All right, so one more piece of business before I let you go for the night. We're just going to break down some of the news from this week. There are some things we can talk about. So the final day to ride the current version of the Carousel of Progress is coming up, and it's going to be July 5th, which is kind of a bummer because I know a lot of passes are blacked out because of the 4th of July holiday, so some of the locals down there don't get to go ride it one more time. But what are your thoughts about the refurb? I mean, this is more than a refurb, really. I mean, they're changing the whole thing, but what are your thoughts about the new version that is coming?
I mean, I'm excited for it. Like, I definitely am open-minded about it. Like, it's not like I love the song. Like I get
Yeah.
why people are nostalgic about it. It's a cool story. I just the last trip like that I took like a month ago when I was out there. I wrote it like 5 times while I was out there,
Nice.
just to like because I knew I wasn't gonna get to see that story again. But
Yeah.
I'm excited. I want to see what they do with it. Like, I want to see like what areas, what they highlight from each of the decades that they're adding and stuff. Like, I think there's a lot of material to work with and stuff, obviously. So it's going to be really cool to see how they incorporate it into the story. Yeah, I mean, honestly though, like our Carousel of Progress at Disneyland is the Star Wars launch bay. It's like
Yeah.
if they're gonna take that theming away or whatever from there, like send it over here. Like
A lot
give
of
it to
people have been
us.
saying that. Can't you guys just
Yeah.
put it in a truck and just take it out to Disneyland and we could have both? In a perfect world, that's exactly what would happen. And that would be awesome. But I've heard so many people say, like some who are in the know, that I guess that theater and a lot of the animatronics are like in pretty bad shape. Like a lot of the gears and a lot of like the nuts and bolts of the ride because it's just getting so old. And a lot of that stuff, like you can't just go and buy replacement parts for anymore. So, I mean, I don't know how much of that is true or not. I do know that the ride was in pretty bad shape, but they just redid like so much of like the seats and the carpeting inside not long ago. So I never thought they would get rid of it, but I'd much rather have it just be fully refreshed and all these new scenes and animatronics and them just say, we're just going to bulldoze this thing down and put a Wally ride in or something. I mean, at least we're keeping the Carousel of Progress. I think I'm stoked for that. So it
Yeah.
is going to be a bummer though, because honest to God, is one of my favorite rides. Like I'm just a history nerd, so seeing that and seeing all the different decades and how electricity and all the progress happened over the years was just super fun to see. But now we get all the new scenes, and it'll keep it fresh for like the up and coming generations because we're getting very far away from the turn of the century back in 1900. So I don't
For
think,
sure.
a lot of what are we up to now? Is it Gen Z? Gen X? I don't even know which one's. Gen
Gen
Alpha?
Alpha.
Gen
Yeah.
Alpha, yeah, which is probably one of my kids. I don't even know what they are anymore. So yeah, I mean, they're going to want to see some refreshed stuff. I'm excited for it. I am bummed that it's going to be down for so long, and that's taken away prime air conditioning. So hopefully it'll be worth it in the end when it comes back at some point in 2027. 4th of July, of course, is this weekend, and this is always cool to see. The U.S. Air Force reserves 920th Rescue Wing from Patrick's Space Base, I guess that's the name of it, is going to be doing a flyover in the Magic Kingdom. And I've been in the park once when they've done a flyover, and it is awesome. It's so loud, but they come screaming at you right over the top of the castle, which is pretty sick. So I'm sure they're going to film that and put it up. I do have a story, though, about Disneyland, and I'm sure you maybe weren't that excited about it because you're an AP member, but they announced a new limited time $59 evening ticket option for select nights this summer. And that includes both Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure. It starts at 7 p.m. at Disneyland and 5 p.m. at DCA, which still gives you 5 hours at each park. But $59 is not bad. It's Sundays through Wednesdays, so no weekends, from July 12th through August 5th. And I think I saw Scott Gustin say one of the nights, or maybe more than that, have now already sold out. So why would they be doing this out at Disneyland? Are the crowds just really low right now?
I mean, this is like the third summer in a row where crowds have been like super low. They
Really?
sold out on they've sold out for both parks on the first Sunday, and then
Okay.
the following 2 Sundays are both sold out for Disneyland already. So,
Wow.
like, I don't know if that's because people think that fireworks are only on the weekends right now, because for some reason during like off season we only get fireworks on the weekends, but it's summer,
Yeah.
so we have fireworks every day right now. So
Oh, good.
there's not really much of a difference between Sunday and any other day for going. But yeah, I mean, I could see why they'd want to get more people in the parks too. A lot of people aren't renewing their Magic Keys.
No?
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, they're trying to incentivize people to renew their Magic Keys by offering free dining cards now. Yeah,
Ouch. Okay.
dining gift cards. But the dining gift cards are less than the amount that they're raising the Magic Key prices by, so it's not like really a savings. But between that and the tickets, the evening tickets, though, it makes me think that like they are really desperate to get people in, because
Ooh.
I mean,
Well,
the $59 ticket deals, it's a great deal. Like that's
yeah.
you're paying like $12 an hour basically to be in the parks, which is like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's very reasonable.
Yeah, dude, like, I wish I could go at a low crowd time. I've only been to Disneyland during, like, peak times of the year. I'm there when it's D23 and all these people are traveling in and they all want to be in the parks. And I've gone during spring break and other high travel parts of the year. So I wish I could go out there when it wasn't, like, insanely crowded and I didn't have to wait, like, 90 minutes for Indiana Jones. That would be awesome. All right, I've got one more for you before I get you out of here. We're going to end with this. This is what everybody's talking about. I brought it up on last week's show, but Disney has issued a public statement finally that confirms the Grand Floridian Gingerbread House will not return for this coming Christmas season, saying this holiday season at Disney's Grand Californian Resort and Spa, guests can enjoy elegant seasonal decor and festive offerings along with new miniature gingerbread displays throughout the resort to help keep the lobby flowing smoothly this year for resort guests. Their traditional large gingerbread house will not be offered this year, and Scott Gustin has said that it's just never coming back. So I know you love the Grand California. Did you ever get to see the gingerbread house? Were you there during the Christmas season?
So I have like I've missed Christmas entirely, except for like maybe the very end of it at
Okay.
Disney World. So I never got to see the gingerbread house at the Grand Floridian, and I was like super excited actually to see it this year. Like when they said it wasn't coming back last year, I was like, "That's cool. I'm gonna have an annual pass next year. Like I'm
Yeah.
totally gonna go out to see it." Like I was actually very excited about seeing it. So. I mean, it's disappointing, but it's like one of those things where it's like they realized last year when they had, they still sold cookies and everything that they
Yep.
normally sold inside of it. They still made those profits, and then they realized, like, hey, we don't also have to pay for a gingerbread house. Yeah, and then a lot of people are blaming the bar for it, but it's just
Yeah.
like that bar does not get enough traffic, I think, to like completely justify
No.
not bringing the gingerbread house back. I just think it's cost saving for them. So
It's absolutely got to be partly that. And then another thing people are talking about too, obviously, is like the overcrowding of the resort lobbies. I don't know if you've ever seen like how busy they can be firsthand, because that's the other part of this too. They're talking about restricting the hotels, not just from Disney Springs anymore, But from anywhere to, I guess, go resort hopping now, you need to be staying on site or have a dinner reservation or some kind of activity reservation. Where do you lie on that whole thing? Like, do you think that's fair for resort guests, so it's not being overrun by just anybody who's coming to see them, or like, what are your thoughts on
It's
that?
weird for me because like I'm such a resort hopper, like especially here,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
'cause you can walk between all the hotels here. Like we have only 3 hotels, you can walk from all of them. So like I'm always going and walking around and checking out stuff, especially at the Grand Californian because they do like different edible sculptures like throughout the year there.
That's
So
so
we just had
cool.
like a giant Winnie the Pooh one that just went out. So I don't know. It just seems like a really weird decision to me to limit that though, because it's like
Yeah.
the people, most of the people who are coming, I feel like are spending money to like. One of the reasons that I love to resort hop is because the theming of the stores is so different that there's stuff that you can find at different resorts and like even like spirit jerseys and stuff or like specific merch that you can only find at like certain hotels. So
Yeah.
like if you can't resort hop, like they're just not gonna get that money. Like
Yeah.
I do understand that the guests are paying a premium price for those hotels. Like I absolutely get that if it's creating a negative guest experience, like obviously it's something they would have to limit. But like
Sure.
I don't know. It's just there's those resorts are so big too. Like they're so spread out. I've never been like walking around one of those hotels and been like, wow, it's like so overcrowded here.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. Especially because like if you're in the main lobby, like I could totally see the gingerbread house thing being crowded, but like the Grand Floridian has like a lot of buildings, where
Oh
it's,
yeah,
like
for sure.
where a majority of the people are staying, so they're not dealing with those crowds unless they're like deliberately going into the lobby. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the decision personally, but it's like from their perspective, I could see why they would make it if it was an ongoing issue. But like, I don't know. It never seemed like a problem to me. So
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely can be, and I'm okay with the decision. I just wish they would keep it to like the busiest times of the year. So like maybe like the week or two after Christmas, and then obviously around the 4th of July, just so like it doesn't get out of hand. Because I will tell you, man, I've been at the Poly many times for the 4th of July, and it's all these hacks like, oh, you can go to the Polynesian, and you can sit on the beach, and you can watch the fireworks. So in the Poly, and I think they do this at the Grand too, they restrict beach access for only resort guests. So you have to be staying at that specific resort. They give you a wristband, and then you can go down to the beach and watch the fireworks. But people are still showing up, and they are just absolutely crowding around the pool and like that green lawn area out by the Poly and all over by Pineapple Lanai, and just like everywhere. It's just a sea of people just crammed in there. And like we couldn't even get out of the pool. Like we were inside the pool, like just watching the fireworks on 4th of July. But people were sitting on the steps and like leaning over the gate because you have to have a wristband to get in. I couldn't get out of the pool area to just walk back to our room. Like that's how crowded it was. So I mean, it
yeah.
happens. It's very, very rarely ever like that. But if they just did it for like those handful of days throughout the year, I think that would be okay. But to do it all year round, just, that doesn't seem fair. So I
Yeah.
wish they didn't do that. So I agree with you on that for sure. So when is your next trip out this way, man?
Well, I have a friend who's in the Disney College program, and he's leaving it like I think the second week of August, so definitely before that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already spent 20 days there this year though, so I'm definitely gonna be taking a lot more trips still. But yeah, I was like on the fence about coming for the 4th, but I have a friend who's coming to Disneyland this
Oh, cool.
weekend, so I ended up staying here. But I wanted to go there and do like Carousel of Progress on the last day and stuff, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking at y'all's weather on the East Coast, and it's not.
You don't want to come this way right now, man. And it's only
Yeah.
going to get hotter. Again, I live in Virginia, and tomorrow and Saturday, I don't even know what it's like in Florida, but here on the East Coast in many parts, it's 105 with just the temperature. So like we're talking heat index of like 115 to 120. It's going to be like insanely hot. So you're better off probably just staying out there. Are you going to go in the park for the 4th or?
Oh, for sure. The fireworks are great. Like Disneyland kind of ruins like regular fireworks shows
Sure.
because they're so good. So yeah, and they're doing the 4th of July fireworks show 3 nights this year. So
3 nights.
yeah, the
Very
3rd, the
nice.
4th, and the 5th. So I might try to catch it tomorrow night too. I haven't decided yet. So.
Very cool, man. Well, dude, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for stopping by. Maybe I'll get to run into you when I'm there for D23. We'll all be there. I know a ton of other folks that are going to be there. So have a great time on the 4th at Disneyland or DCA, whichever one you are at. And then just tell everybody where they can find you. I know you said you have a website too, so tell everybody where they can track you down.
At Disney Scoop Guy on social media, and my website is thedisneyscoop.com, but I'm mostly active on Instagram.
Very cool. So follow you everywhere, man. Well, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. And again, maybe I'll see you this summer.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. We should definitely link up while you're here.
Absolutely. Thanks, dude.